What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Taste Tuesday and Taste of the Game, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Yelling. Quick reminder to play Life is Strange and Killing Floor 2. Both offered for free on PlayStation Plus. We'll be talking about them at the end of the month on Plus Club. Make sure to come back then. Tell us what you thought of them. We'll tell you what we have thought of them, and it'll be a cool exchange. And our game of the month is Grim Dawn, which is a fantastic Diablo-type game. If you don't have it, go pick it up right now. You don't have to come back and talk with us about it. Just go fucking pick it up. They deserve it. It's awesome. But we will be talking about it at the end of the month, so you should do the same. Come back and we'll discuss it. But with that, we have 4 bits of news. With that, first bit of news, Call of Duty 4 Remastered has been listed as a standalone release. Called that a long time ago. So spotted on GameFly as a June 20th release on PS4, and it'll be coming out on July 20th on Xbox One, which kind of makes sense for the exclusivity of the PS4. It's speculated to be between $20 and $40, and yeah, it's the remaster of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What do we think of if this leak is true, which I'm gonna bet it is, and yeah, are you excited to be able to buy this without playing Infinite Warfare? Chris won't even look me in the eye.
I mean, not really surprised by it. I mean, like you had already said, you had already kind of called it, and it would be really silly for them to make this unobtainable without buying the bundle. So it was smart marketing to do that, to sell the other game, and now they can make more money off it because they're re-releasing it. As far as excitement goes, the single-player campaign's still in there. I'd be interested to try it out, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd buy it. I know you probably will. So,
yeah, I'm definitely going to buy it. I actually waited out for this because I'm not interested in Infinite Warfare. I thought it was an awful game when I played the beta, and yeah, like I said, I knew it's going to be released because the reason they're doing this is because they got what money they're going to make off Infinite Warfare. It's going to trickle down a little bit more, but they got it pretty much. So now they're like, now that we use this game as an incentive for you to buy our shit game. Now we'll release on its own for the people who weren't going to buy Infinite Warfare, which is me. So you're going to get my money. I love Modern Warfare, and I've been really curious about that remaster. And if this is true, which it seems like it is, I'm excited for it. I love Modern Warfare.
This is great for all those people who are holding out for it, who didn't want to buy the other one. We don't speak its name.
Yeah, the awful one.
That one. But other than that, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Makes sense. Any thoughts on? Well, I mean, you pretty much said
I think
it.
this is a pretty bad tactic for them to have for consumer relations.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like I called
grab.
it because I knew they were going to be assholes like that.
Yeah. So it doesn't look good on their part overall, but I get it from like a business perspective. Yeah. But I think we're all sick and tired of this business motto of just like how much money can we wheedle out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, it's bullshit. Second bit of news, Chevy.
So we discussed it last week, but Square is selling off IO Interactive, and a lot of people were concerned with the future of Hitman. Well, apparently they're still going to continue making content for it, even right now through the process of Square trying to sell them off. So if you're a Hitman fan, this is probably good news for you. You're still going to get content coming out for it. I believe it's actually still has multiple things coming out. So how do we feel about essentially like a company that's essentially being shipped off but still being allowed to continue?
I don't know how much Square has to do with this or not, but between them and IO, this is being handled really well. The whole situation kind of sucks, but last week we talked about how Square's trying to essentially preserve Hitman and make sure either it gets rented off or sold off to somebody who's going to use it. And then now everybody's kind of worried about a game that's already released that was supposed to get more content is actually still going through with that. So it's a messy situation, but I feel like this is probably the best I've ever seen something like this handled. So it's really interesting. It's cool that the people who bought that game still have content to look forward to, even amidst all this what should be chaos, but it's being handled really well. I think it's cool. It makes me almost want to buy the game. just because they are still supporting it. So
It speaks well of Square, I think, to allow them to continue to produce material for this during this, like you said, messy time. And it is great overall for people who actually got it to get continuing to get the content they wanted. I'm a little curious as to who's actually going to buy the rights to it and the company overall, and the quality of the game that's going to come from that, because it really is going to fluctuate depending on who buys it. Because if you get some lowbrow company who buys it, you're not going to get the quality you're used to. If you get another Platinum A game developer, then you'll be all right. But I think that you're going to take a hit in quality and probably versatility overall in the gameplay if a smaller company buys it.
yeah. Another thing too, and I kind of already hit on this, but it kind of speaks to how things are going in the office too. Because if things were like, pack your shit up, you're getting the fuck out of here, they wouldn't be like, okay, well, we're going to make more content. They'd be like, okay, well, sorry guys, we can't fucking do it. We got to go. So if they're like sitting there like, fucking, we can still work on shit. Like, obviously there's no like, there's no like Konami like, shut the fuck down, Kojima, you're out of here.
Yeah.
And Kojima's like, fuck you, I'm going somewhere else.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, it's like the complete opposite of that. Like, I mean, they're apparently just still sitting around fucking working on shit. So it's kind of cool.
Well, and you had pretty much said it. It's crazy how, like, at least from the public eye standpoint, how well this is being handled. I'm kind of baffled by it, to be honest. Usually, large companies like this are just really quick to cut the fat, and they don't seem to be like in too much of a hurry about it. It seems like it might even just be them taking their time to get the right deal for it too. I mean, they're probably not. I don't think they were hurting. I think they just don't want to invest more into it than they have to at this point. So they want to.
Well, and we covered that.
Yeah.
I mean, like it is them just trimming the fat. It's not going with what they have planned now. It's not working for them. I just find it really interesting that this isn't being rushed, and it's so much not being rushed that they're still producing content.
Gotta go slow.
Yeah, which I think is a good way to handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Konami and Kojima, the mysteries of Crytek and where the fuck's going on with the slaves they have in the building without electricity who can't get home and don't have food. Yeah, like there's no way home for them, so they live there now. It's like fucking. It's like
vending machine wife. I love the food you make me.
Oh, I'm sure they already broken into that months ago, and they've started eating each other at this point. That's why we're not hearing from them anymore. No internet. Crytek just cut them off.
It's a purge in there.
Yeah, it's scary. It's like Metro Last Light going on in that place. So yeah, with all these weird situations and things in the past, THQ was fucking chaos. That was like a goddamn fire sale. Everything was fucking had to go right now.
Gotta go.
This is a really, really weird thing to kind of witness. It's really interesting, and I'm really curious to see what they release for Hitman.
Yeah, and obviously the future of Hitman. So
definitely, that's my biggest concern. But with this news, I'm just like, well, what kind of, is it going to be like full-on content, or is it going to be kind of like, we tried? With that third bit of news, Need for Speed has been speculated for a while, and it now finally got a official trailer, and it is called Need for Speed Need for Speed Payback. According to EA, it is it's going to have intense heist missions, high stakes car battles, epic cop pursuits, and jaw-dropping set pieces.
Before you play this, it sounds like GTA.
Yeah. It sounds like GTA, but also sounds like they're going in a Call of Duty direction only because of the jaw-dropping set pieces. I feel like in the single player, if there is a single player, which I'm assuming there will be.
I don't recall ever being able to get out of your vehicle.
Well, I don't think you're gonna. I think the heists are going to be kind of like a la Fast and Furious. You know, where they got the safe and they're dragging around.
Skeptical.
But yeah, we actually talked about this, I think, last week as well.
Mm-hmm. Friday.
God, I can't talk. My tongue's got one of those fucking sensitive taste buds. I'm just keep fucking biting it. That's information you guys need to know. But yeah, it
better tweet that out.
Yeah, I mean, hashtag fucking Seth's tongue sucks. That sounds awful. Anyway, back on track. We talked about, though, and we actually were saying it'd be cool if they did do the whole cop pursuit shit again.
Mm-hmm.
So that is cool to hear.
Most wanted shit.
high stakes car battles. I don't know what that is. If it's just racing for pinks or if it's like battles.
Take down an evil cartel that controls the city's underworld known as the House.
I'm playing that game right now. It's called Ghost Recon Wildlands. So anyway, we're going to watch the trailer for this. None of us have seen it. And yeah, you're going to watch it too. So let's do it.
We were a crew.
So already it's a CG trailer, which I fucking hate unless you do good CG.
This is reminiscent of that old 80s game where you had the car that was like a spy vehicle that could shoot cars in front of
Spy
it.
Hunter or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already that car looks like it's from Spy Hunter. And it's being loaded into the back of an RV, or a trailer.
I'm getting a real big, not Need for Speed, it is Need for Speed. I'm getting a fucking Fast and Furious vibe
And she
from it already.
left us with nothing. We're gonna end this. Starting now.
I'm just gonna put my car on the desert.
I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, so this is that heist show I was talking about. It's like gonna be like
Bigger going on here.
stop the vehicle, do all. Yeah, this is Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Get down! Hey, Matt.
Is it the
You built
space
this all
team?
yourself?
I think Josh said it's supposed to be. He said it's supposed to be based in Seattle, but maybe they go to Seattle. It'd be kind of cool about different locations
Yeah.
because a lot of this looks like L.A.
Yeah.
We own these
What it
streets,
does,
Tyler,
shit.
and the house always wins.
That's a gambling joke, so it must be Vegas. The house always wins.
I think it's gonna go to different locations. Or maybe it's all just in Las Vegas because they do have that one tower.
A variety of vehicles in there, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
At least in, obviously, the trailer.
All right, so first off, I'm gonna say it. I need to see gameplay before I have a real concrete opinion on this.
Agreed.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. What was your guys' opinions?
I think it's actually a smart direction for them to go, especially with the success of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it, for sure.
And I think they can draw in people in that way. I also think they're going, they're just going for a fun game, which also would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Because as far as like racing game identity goes, they have to do something obviously different than like Forza and Gran Turismo. Not that they ever were a racing sim, but they need to keep it arcadey, obviously, and just really kind of glorify that aspect. So,
yeah, I'm kind of worried about this though, just because EA is really bad about just trying to fit in, and they take a lot of people's ideas because they're trying to make money off of it. If there are some, like I said, I need to see gameplay, but I like the idea that it's going away from the arcade racer and it's not a sim racer. It's actually seems like a more narrative based racer, and if they do it in a cool way, that could be fun. The storyline doesn't really interest me. I'm not really into this whole like car culture or robber shit, like Fast and Furious. But like I said, if the mechanics look cool and the cop chase stuff like that are cool, I'm definitely interested.
is there any mention of multiplayer in that article?
I don't know. Players take on roles of... No, that's not really saying anything.
3 distinct playable characters.
But the game claims to have the deepest customization ever in the series. So that's cool.
That's good.
That's
Okay.
good to hear.
Yeah.
What was your opinions on it?
I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I'm real skeptical about it. I don't know. There's just this whole like change in feel of how the game is. I don't particularly care for that. I was looking for like an old like Need for Speed Most Wanted style game, and then we don't have any gameplay trailer, so it's not. It's hard to say, but just the overall feel of it doesn't feel like that anymore. Because like, yeah, you had like a set character. Like I'm gonna reference Need for Speed Most Wanted because that's the most recent one I've played, to be honest. But you never really like got out of your car too much, which it looks like there's like a lot of jumping action scenes, which could just be cinematics.
That's definitely a trailer thing.
But it just, I don't know, it overall has like this lurking feeling to me that you're gonna have to like get out of your car and do this weird shit and like story missions where you're walking around talking to people, and it's just not what I'm looking for.
That is possible, but I'm thinking they're probably going to go more the route of like say there's a mission, they're like, oh, on the freeway there's a fucking truck we gotta get to or whatever. So you're gonna be like racing there or whatever because that's a certain amount of time, and then you probably have to pull up next to it, and the set piece part, just like kind of Grand Theft Auto 5, that mission where people are all over that fucking boat or whatever. I think someone in the passenger seat is probably going to be crawling over your car and jumping to it. That's going to be the set pieces, I'm assuming. But yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. Like, I haven't been excited for Need for Speed in a long time. It used to be one of my favorite racing series, and that died a long time ago after Underground. So yeah, I'm curious because it's been a little bit since we've had Need for Speed, but I'm not excited for it, and I am skeptical because of EA and knowing just after Medal of Honor getting fucked over twice trying to be Modern Warfare and doing a horrible job, there was no room for it unless they had something original, and they didn't. So I'm hoping they can bring something original because as of right now, Forza Horizon 3 is probably one of the best arcade games or arcade racers I've ever played. It's that good. So they really gotta get close to that if they're gonna try and get in this. And I'm hoping with the set pieces and the cool cop chases and shit, they can do that. But if it's what they've already done before, it'll probably be underwhelming. I really kind of wished, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the Underground series, I kind of wish they would just have made like a third one.
Yeah.
I think people would have been really excited for that. Because they made 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As for the cop chases and like Hot Pursuit and shit like that, it's in this, so I can't say they should have just made Hot Pursuit because it has it. So we'll see. I'm hoping probably E3 will probably see gameplay.
They're supposed to be there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming. So, any last thoughts?
Yeah, so I think what would, because right now they're showing very much like single player focused information. I'm really hoping to see like multiplayer stuff,
I guarantee there will be.
specifically like game modes and not just like one multiplayer mode. So hopefully they have like, you know, a heist mode, maybe one person's driving the semi, one person's driving the car trying to get to them, or like someone's the cop, someone's the other person. I just want to see some variances there because it would add longevity to the game. I don't want to pay $60 for a single player racing game.
But you're not gonna. It's gonna have multiplayer. There's not Need for Speed out there that's complete single player except for their Sim Racer 1. I forgot what that was called. You're in the cockpit, had cool damage effects to the glass. It was kind of neat, but it wasn't. They're out of their league on that one. I'm gonna give EA a cool idea. You're already making the game. It's probably already done. But go back and do this. Have a 2 versus 2 versus 2 mode where you have somebody in a semi and somebody in a car, part of that cartel or whatever, defending it. 2 people trying to get to it, and 2 people playing as cops trying to stop both of them.
So you have the house, I guess it'd be
The Fast and the Furious.
the Fast and Furious people,
Vin Diesel.
and then the police force.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
I would hope that since they have quote unquote 3 distinct playable characters, that they would allow you to play story mode with 3 people in it, one each playing each individual characters as you do missions.
I doubt that.
I know, but
Yeah.
each one will have to do their own separate thing to make the mission go through.
That would be cool, 3-player co-op in a single-player game, though. Like
Yeah.
that. That'd be like, that'd be kind of cool.
But and your own cars that you've customized in your game get implemented in, so that you can just race as your character.
Right.
If they had that, I'd be down. That'd be kind of cool to do heists or whatever in cars with other people. Do that, EA. We're giving you good ideas. If you don't do any of these, you just do what you've been doing. I'm not buying it. I'm not interested. And some people will buy it, but they won't be happy with it. Any last thoughts?
No, I'm just waiting for E3 to see details on it. So
E3, when's that coming? Soon?
like 10 days, I think. As of
Damn.
recording, I could be wrong. It's within 2 weeks though.
All right, 4th bit of news.
So Nintendo has detailed their online membership. It's launching in 2018. They don't have a specific date. Pricing is going to be $4 for 1 month, $8 for 3 months, and $20 for a year. If you need a comparison, Sony and Microsoft's is $60. The online service will give you online gameplay, lobby and voice chat app, and classic game selection, and sales in their shop. All the other features are available regardless, and the premium services will launch before the premium pricing actually happens, and they will be available until they implement the pricing. So essentially, it'll be like a trial period for everyone to try it out. What do you guys think about their model and their pricing?
I think the pricing's weird because $4 is really cheap.
$20 is really
$20
cheap.
for a year is really cheap. I mean, this is fucking. I'm not excited about it, but that's a really good deal.
Well, they include free classic games with that too.
Which is cool. Because it's funny because at first when they announced that, I was like, fucking Nintendo can't make anything new, so they got to just re-release things already made. For that price, that's awesome. That's like, you're getting what you get from, PlayStation, not quite what you get from PlayStation, or Xbox, with their gold and stuff like that. But for $20, super cheap, and $4 super cheap. But yeah, getting that essentially emulator or whatever is cool. I find it really interesting they have the online lobby and voice chat app, because voice chat's not really a thing I ever think of when I think of Nintendo. So I'm glad to see them modernizing a little bit and kind of like bringing like the fucking team chat thing going on.
Well, and it's funny because their way of doing it is like kind of, it's Nintendo, but I think their way to make sure like kids can't just like actively participate in it, it's a cell phone app.
Okay.
So it's not actually on the Switch.
But if you can still talk to each other, that'd be good.
No, that's the whole thing.
And it's actually kind of smart too, because they don't have to have a headset.
Yeah.
You can just put your phone down. You can hear people talking and talk wherever. Or, put, your earbuds in.
What games do you have to use on the Nintendo that require online lobby and voice chat?
If you have...
Only thing I can think of was Monster Hunter on the Wii.
Splatoon.
Mario Kart.
So you can talk smack to each other?
Why
Yeah,
not?
that's the point. That's the point of fucking talking online.
No. The only reason I talk online to people is when I'm trying to coordinate efforts.
Sure,
in the game.
but
I'm coordinating a fucking blue shell up your ass.
brand new
Don't you
system.
threaten me with a good time.
Brand new system. They're still going to be announcing games. I've heard two things coming out for the Switch now, which are like what I wanted to hear, which was Fire Emblem and Monster Hunter.
Sure.
Like, that's awesome. I think the price point, you brought up Sony. I mean, I think it's comparable because they're not going to be brand new games anyways. They're going to be classic games.
They're not doing quite what they're doing, but they're also making it like fucking 1/3 of the price.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the classic game thing is a great idea just because, like, a lot of people use those anyways, and now it's just going to be part of the service. I don't know if it's like PlayStation and Microsoft where you get to keep them after the month or not. So we'll see what they do on that. But I'm glad to see, like, a lot of this is like they're still trying to be Nintendo, but they are also like trying to modernize, which is great. I will very easily when I get one 12 months is for $20. That's not even a thought for me.
Yeah,
So,
I spend that in like 2 days on like energy drinks and shit. So it's free until 2018 though. Whenever they release this, it's interesting that it already exists, but it's not like the realized idea. They don't have like Netflix on there or anything.
nothing of that yet.
I'm real sick of seeing this fucking skinny jean chick.
The advertisement.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody watching this is too. And then additionally, Nintendo confirmed that subscribers will be able to download classic games at no extra cost, including Super Mario Bros. 3, Balloon Fight, and Dr. Mario. Right now, Nintendo is calling this classic game selection. This may not be the final name. Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I also think the price point's cool. I like the idea of being able to talk shit to people. I think it's something Nintendo needed. It's some way to talk shit to Nintendo fans, because they've been coddled for way too long.
This is real smart
Playing
too.
in silence for way too long.
So the smartphone app connects to your Switch, and not only lets you access your friends, but you can invite friends to play and set play appointments, which is really
Play date.
Well, they do that on PlayStation with the calendar.
Yeah.
So,
I want to get a voice
But it's
message
Nintendo,
like
so I
that.
got to make fun of it a little.
sure.
With a hoo-hoo!
I don't know.
Play day.
They're really impressed me with this console so far.
Yeah, it seems like they're finally stepping up to whatever the other console is doing. In little baby steps. It's not quite there all the way, but...
They need to take the baby steps, though. Those little Mario legs. Like,
Yeah, but They've been taking way too long to make those baby steps. They got stunted growth, bitch.
But they are, but they are doing it.
Yes.
It took them like 3 consoles, but they're doing it. Well, 2, I'll be fair. GameCube was a console. I always wasn't a huge fan of it. But yeah, cool. I'm down for it. It's a buy for me. I want to pick one up for Monster Hunter and a couple other games.
It's just another thing I gotta pay for. I know the price point is really good compared to other online subscription things. I'm just tired of having to pay for that. I get it, the fees pay for like the maintaining the servers and whatnot, but I just
That's what they say.
that's what they say.
In the case of like PlayStation and Xbox, those free games, like those companies make money off that, and part of that is that. So,
I have no delusions on that. The price I'm paying for PlayStation Plus for me is not being able to play online or like maintaining the servers. It's those games that I get every month.
yeah.
It's like I'm giving them money and I'm like, oh, what games am I gonna get this month?
Yeah.
It's like a fucking random bag. Any last thoughts on Nintendo switching it up and making things better, getting back into the console life?
I'm just glad to see it, and I hope they continue implementing what seems to be like actually smart features to the system. So
Yeah, I agree.
Welcome to the big boy leagues.
yeah, finally.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments what you thought on any of those topics. Are you excited for Need for Speed Payback?
Yes.
That's the name of it. I already forgot. Are you going to pick up Call of Duty 4 Remastered if you already haven't gotten it? And yeah. But that's going to do it for this episode of Taste Tuesday on Taste of the Game. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. I didn't even put an S on the beginning of that. Make sure to check us out on Tumblr and Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out the streams on this channel. I actually slacked off like the last week. I'm going to be doing it. If you missed them, they are uploaded. And check them out on Twitch, tasty_fruit. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Until next episode, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.
Happy Gay Pride Month!
Woo!